I watched it back. Leslie Liao won. I'm on the fence.
Yeah, well, she won.
did really well.
She won fair and square.
She
and,
did say in her victory speech that Bruce should have won, and they're all wrong.
Yes, she did say
That is
that.
what she
I
said.
agree with her.
I don't think she was pandering. I think she was being sincere.
I do think you were the victor. Obviously, you weren't. The audience chose Leslie.
That's okay, you know. You know what? The customer ain't always right.
I don't think it was. I thought she did great after watching it back.
Yeah, of course. It was
close.
Yeah, I think it'll all come out in the wash. Imagine I just do a very cryptic thing. No, dude, I think you want to come see how this really goes down. Come out on February 16th.
Yeah, we need to cut a wrestling promo.
We could.
Me,
That'd be really
Ramsey Badawi, brother.
Opiyemi Olabaju.
You can say his last name.
Well, I don't think I'm allowed to.
No, but you.
Lift off. The clock has started.
Hey, Hesbos. Welcome back to Hesby Street. This is part 2 of the Bruce Gray episode, and will be our last free episode for the foreseeable future. We've run a little tight on the scheduling, and we're only now limited to our Patreon episodes. But for those of you Hesbos that are maybe worried you can't afford Hesby Street, we have opened up a new tier. For $1 a month, you get an episode every week of Hesby Street. And, you know, the value we believe is, you know, maybe $25, $100, maybe $1,000, you know, with inflation. But we've made them available for $1 a month. That's 4 to 5 episodes, depending on what month it is. Every week you get an episode, and all you got to do is pay $1 a month. Pretty good deal, if you ask me. So come on over and check us out. We hope to see you on the Patreon side, and feel free to chime in and let us know how you're enjoying the episodes. We also have Joke Off coming up February 16th. Bruce Gray, who's on this episode as you know, will be there competing against Ramsey Badawi, Rachel Scanlon, and Opie. And we got some great comics dropping into Beth Stelling and a couple other people who I can't think of right now because Torio's not here to help me. But everything is nothing. We'll see you on the Patreon side, patreon.com/Hesby Street. Go to HesbyStreetPod.com for new dates. And yeah, join the YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram if you haven't already. We'll see you on the Patreon side of things. Okay, enjoy Bruce Gray Part 2. So it's called the Wheel of Zaccents. You randomly pick a number, and you get an accent, you get a job, and you get why you're here on the pod.
And then you'll play that character.
And then
this is all me and Zach do anytime that we talk.
That's why it's so good.
Bruce and I have the best ensemble of characters that no one knows but us. We do perfect impressions.
And we've been combining two people a lot later.
Tori wants to move on. So it was the Wheel of Zaccents.
Well, I mean, if we're cutting the episode, then it would make sense to move on to a different
dude, did I just
segment.
break up the podcast?
Yeah, we're already breaking
I'm
it,
the
dude.
only one that keeps this podcast on any track.
Come on, dude.
And I just want to fly.
Yeah, see? Let my man be.
So it used to be called
Fly
the Wheel
away.
of Zaccents, but now since you're here, Torio said he actually
I
even
created
wrote
a
it.
Wheel of Braccents.
Oh, okay.
It's your name. Do you get the joke?
Oh, yeah. Brack.
So you'll each
Yeah,
give
yeah.
me
But
one.
if you knew Bruce's range, you might even have a Wheel of Blaccents in there.
Yeah. if this is Patreon.
You got Patreon. This one's free.
You got to pay to get the good shit, dude. The real shit.
So you'll each give me a number 1 through 4 3 times, and then I'll give you your character.
Perfect.
What do you want?
I want 1, 3, and 4.
And what's yours?
Oh, we're both being characters
No, you're
together?
You're gonna be a different character.
Okay, so then I guess I'm 2, 2, and 2.
Ooh.
All right, so Zach, you are a Moroccan
Oh, what easy.
laser tag champion.
This is what you were dying to get to?
I was dying to get to.
This is what we
It's
do
not what I
now.
was dying to get to. I was just saying. And you're searching for a woman you fell in love with while she was on her Amish Rumspringa.
Okay.
She was on a park bench in New York
We got to
City.
get through a lot for Bruce to... whoa, okay.
And then Bruce is a vaudevillian genie that is... What was your last one?
Can you do vaudeville? I don't even know.
See?
Vaudevillian genie that's trying
What is
to
vaudeville?
Like,
It's-
It's like hello,
like
it's like Showtime.
yeah, hello, yeah, exactly.
Old timey accent.
Yeah.
Old
Okay.
timey. Yeah, you see.
Okay.
And you're trying to find your wife that went into witness protection, and you're gonna to tell her that the guy that was trying to murder her has died.
okay.
What?
But I'm a genie.
You're
Vaudevillian
Vaudevillian.
Don't you wish you could grant your own wish every now and again? I want to
and
see
you are
my
a
wife.
Moroccan laser tag champion. So you're both looking for love.
Wow. Okay, so this is a love. So we're basically on like a love-based daytime talk show, like Jerry Springer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Muhammad Al Kabar. You might know me from my laser tag championships. First ever three-peat. And
It's an honor to have you on the pod.
thank you.
yeah.
And I don't really like to talk too much about laser tag because the reason I'm really here, which I perfectly remember, is to there was a woman I met.
Yeah, that's right.
I am so forgetful because
one of your
the
laser
lasers, when you're around them so much, it's like
It's 5G.
it's like an X-ray in your brain. It's like an X-ray in your brain every time. Sorry, I spit a little. It's the lasers there.
Yes.
They do so much damage. But I'm known as the laser jihadist. I've never lost. The only loss I have ever
It's so
suffered
fucking hot in
was love. And I met a woman, Amish woman. I love how covered up she was.
Was she at a laser tag
We were
competition?
Yeah, she was on Rumspringer, so she's allowed to do laser tag for the first time.
She was so delighted to experience the vastness of electricity.
It must have just blown her mind watching
left
lasers shoot across a room.
And she left a wooden slipper that night. And I have been looking for her ever since.
They can't even have regular slippers. It must be made of wood.
It was leather lined, but it was wood.
But
So-
see, what if it don't fit?
Whoa, who is this?
Hey, the wood,
Wow.
the wood,
The
wood,
lamp.
it expands and contracts. The wood.
How did he squeeze out of that lamp next to me?
We double book. It's embarrassing on my part, but it kind of fits the same thing. He's also looking for a love of his
Whoa,
life.
I should holster my laser gun.
Yes, this is.
Hey, see, and you're some kind of genie, and I'm some kind of genie, and
It's like a Freaky Friday.
yeah, man. No, you folks like genies, right?
We love them. I have never seen one. This is so cool for me. Wow. What a special. Can I ask a wish for?
I don't know how it works.
You want to wish, boy? There,
Yeah,
see?
do we both get a wish,
Partner?
or is
Yeah,
it
there's
one of
three
us gets
total.
three?
How about this? We each get I'll grant each one of you a wish. You let me use one of the wishes also, because I'm looking for my wife who has went into witness relocation program. Have not seen her in quite some time, and I'm here to tell her that the man that she's hiding from, he's passed on from dysentery. Because it's old timey stuff.
Everything you experience must be old timey. Even your ailments. So now I know Genie Law very well. We learned it in grade school to high school.
And college,
Genie cannot grant their own wish,
Yeah, they
unfortunately.
can't, and I don't think they can affect love, as far as I know. So I
And
don't know if
maybe-
he can.
I'd like to go into a song now, since I am a vaudevillian, I'm a comedian, genie, and also I do a song, and this song is, you'd grant so many wishes. Maybe one day someone grants one for you. No one ever says, hey, how about we give one of the wishes to the genie?
Wow, a tale of sorrow.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't understand how sad a genie can be until you realize he can't grant his own wish. And I tried before, and I lost her. Lost the only thing I ever knew.
Are you worried at all that she's not alive anymore?
I don't know where she might have gone.
Because if you're from the it's the 21st century.
Well,
now.
it's trying to do a retroactive wish.
I hate when how you say death gets in the way of love in
Yeah.
any story.
Yes.
It's like a big pet peeve of mine. So I will actually extend myself. I wish that wherever she is alive.
That's a start there, partner. That's a start, and that's very kind of you.
Oh, you've brought her back. You can bring people back from the dead?
I can do just about anything.
But that's the only wish I want. I can't make her here. I can't bring her here. You still have to find her.
Okay.
I hope you find her. I just don't wish you find her.
Yeah, well, I don't even know quite if I'm old or if I'm just a guy who loves vaudeville. I'm an intolerable East LA clown. I do clowning shows and nobody likes it but me and
I
my
saw
three
you
friends.
after we did a laser tag team party at the clubhouse next to John's.
Oh, incredible. Yes, 4532, the password. You need a password to go watch the worst show you ever saw.
Wow. So anyway, host, I'm sure you have things to say.
Hey, I'm sure you got follow-up stuff there,
Yeah, well,
partner.
this pod, I can't help you guys. Clearly, that's clear.
Right.
But you want to just
That's
get
why
the word
this is my
out.
favorite show. They always,
You're
it's not one of those talk shows where they say, come on out, bring out. Don't even expect the people you love
Yes.
to even be found by his research team.
Obviously, the love of your life is back in Amish country. They can't listen to podcasts.
You don't think she stuck around there, partner? Maybe she liked the Rumspringa so much.
She left
She
her
chose-
ways.
Maybe she's looking for
But
you.
if she did that, why wouldn't she? How did you guys split up?
How can you go back to normal life after you've experienced the joy of laser electricity?
You think she was overcome by the amount of electricity?
Did she just say bye? You just had a night of just.
It was like one of those scenes you are running through a laser tag
Yep.
and she's
Familiar.
looking back at you, you know,
Yep.
and you're like, wow, this is the one that dies in the movie. Because
Okay.
it's the love lost. But she
Yes.
wasn't dead. We just kind of run around and laser tag. I had just defeated my nemesis, Ahmed.
Oh damn!
And
Son of famous comedian Ahmed.
that's right, he's Ahmed the Third. And I defeated him in a
Congratulations.
vicious battle. Thank you. I'm not here to talk about my victories, which are
And
boundless.
this was in the valley somewhere, right?
It was I
Deep
believe.
in the valley, yes.
Yes.
Oh no, the genie wish they said to pass his accent on to me.
Yeah, you know what? I'm very wasteful. All my laser tag earnings have been spent. I wish you talk like me now. It's okay. I allow it.
You blur my face. Just so you know, partner, I've never. Back in my day, I believe Morocco was still Istanbul, Constantinople. I mean, it's.
those are really close geographically.
Well, I'm from a time where maps weren't as accurate as you would think.
There used to be a mountain range, and the map showed you a man holding his own eyes.
Hey, we've never done this with two characters, and it gets
After this,
complicated.
will we
man.
ever find love this episode?
Yeah, these are do a cliffhanger. Will the two strange men find love? The two very different, but somehow the same type of
Perhaps
guys.
you could find love in one another.
But you are a man.
I've never even heard of such a thing. But I am a genie. I
But
can
he
make
could
anything.
make one of you not man.
Well, I'm not going to use my... I wish I am staying man. Before you jump in.
That's your last wish.
Fine.
Those are your three.
Yeah, but you can't undo my wishes.
Okay. Is that true? What's the genie code?
The G code. The genie code is you sometimes you lose in the game.
You know, it must be tough to always sing.
It's been looking for my wife, but I can never quite get the words out because all of my things are 3 minutes
Why
at a
did-
time.
You
Why
must annoy the Wendy's employees to drive through.
Why was this guy trying to kill your wife?
Well, she did a vaudeville memorization act.
Oh, you guys were like a
we were a
husband-wife team.
We
yeah.
did it all. Everywhere from Flint, Michigan to Gary, Indiana. We played
That's all the places I'm pretty sure.
we played the bullshit circuit, they called it. It was the worst towns you ever heard. And then one day she left me a note on a telegraph. Telegram.
I think Graham, yeah.
She sent it in Morse code. Said, "Hey, there's a man who believes he thought that she was the evil genie, and that she, with this memorization act, was defying the Lord, Jesus."
And that was her words, or was her telegram hacked?
I wish I could know.
These sounds like the schemes of the filthy Ahmed. He has taken both our women. If I had one wish left.
What's the deal with wishing for more wishes? Is that allowed?
No, it's not allowed.
We can't
There's
do that.
nothing sexual and no more wishes. And you can't give them away, and you can't wish nothing sexual. No.
And they don't roll over.
Because
You've really beaten home the nothing sexual.
well,
thing. Does that happen a lot?
my
That
friend,
comes
my
across
buddy,
quite a bit?
you know what the first wish is all the time, and I got to say, hey, I wish I could help you, pal, but you're gonna have to take some for him's pills. Something.
But I wish they were minty ones. And now there are hard mints.
Now, brought to you by your sponsor.
And that is our hymns plug, which is why we're really here.
Yes.
We're doing the ultimate experiment to nurse Torio's hair back to full health.
It's just us in an executive room. We're like, what do you think of the commercial?
And that's my one! And they're like, there's literally there's security there already pointing a gun at all of us. There's 3 guys with guns being like, look, you guys have been doing this for 3 hours. And,
We'll leave. I'm putting the PowerPoint clicker down.
and your friend is standing in front of the door and he won't let us leave. Your neighbors must be really thrilled to have. Do they think?
Oh, have you heard about Zack's neighbors?
I have.
My
heard-
windows might be open here.
Yeah, I've heard. I remember you told me something. I don't remember what. But
Yeah. We'll get into it on Patreon next time we have you back.
the neighbors' Patreon. Wow, next time. That's a good sign.
It's going great. Look, Hesbos, we're taking some chances on the new format of the pod, and this is
Is this a new format?
I think this is it. Well, we never have guests.
I'm the first guest.
We've tried guests on. Yes,
For Patreon.
first guest.
But we just talked. We didn't have fun.
Yeah, we didn't have
I think
fun.
we had
with
fun.
it.
We had.
Oh, this
We.
has been
I
a
think
great
we had
time.
the full gambit of emotion today. We had fun. We had impressions.
Anger.
We had anger. We
Yeah.
had anger.
I couldn't be hotter, which
Oh,
is
yeah?
crazy because it's dead of winter.
Yeah.
I mean, it isn't. It's like 63
I'm
outside.
sweating
I
through
am-
my shirt.
You said
What
you
are you
had your
tipping the
heater on.
scales at right now?
Hey,
I'm fat.
Well, I'm just saying. It
Hey.
leads to body heat.
I'm at
Hey.
I'm at a salt. I'm up to 220, guys. This is my
Okay.
fattest in a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
you should be hitting the fucking hitting the gym with me and Zack.
Oh, you're talking about Easton Gym on Beverly?
Hey, dude. don't say where me, Zack, and Carrot Top work out.
Yeah. And Jeremy Allen White.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of, because we
I was there and there
got
today.
a promo joke off, which you won your first time, and then you came in second. How are you doing with the defeat?
Oh, yeah. That was a controversial fucking.
Yeah.
You know, I watched it back because I thought you should have won. You really thought you should have won. I watched it back. Leslie Liao won. I'm on the fence.
Yeah, well, she
She
won.
did
She
really
won.
well.
She won fair and square.
She
and,
did say in her victory speech that Bruce should have won, and they're all wrong.
Yes, she did say
That
that.
is what she
I
said.
agree with her.
And I don't think she was pandering. I think she
I
was
do
being
think
sincere.
you were the victor. Obviously, you weren't. The audience chose Leslie.
That's okay. You know. Hey, you know what? The customer ain't always right.
I don't think it was. I thought she did great after watching it back.
of course. It was, yeah.
Yeah, it was close.
Yeah, I think that it'll all come out in the wash. Imagine I just do a very cryptic thing. No, dude, I think you want to fucking come see how this shit really goes down. Come out on fucking February
16.
Yeah, we need to cut a wrestling promo.
We could.
Me,
That'd be really
Ramsey Badawi, brother.
Opiyemi Olabaju.
You can say his last name.
Well, I don't think I'm allowed to.
No, but you.
I don't know what it means.
No, but like
yeah.
that's it. You said it right.
Opiemi
Because he
Olabaju.
gave it up. He only goes by Opie now.
Well, it's the same thing as Ajibola Fajimolo.
No, it's
Our
not the
good
same
friend-
idea.
our
Opie,
good friend-
you know why Opie gave up his name?
Because people would say it wrong or what?
No, his parents were deeply ashamed of his jokes.
Is that real?
His family is like, do not attach, and he's like, okay.
He sold his name.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's like, it's just Opie. I don't know what else to say.
This was maybe a year or two ago. I was hosting, and I was like, all right, how do I? Because I had brought him up once before, but it had been a while, and I was like, how do you say your name? He's like, I don't. I just go by Opie now. And in my head, I was like, phew.
Yeah. And- yeah.
And I was like, but outside, I was like, are you sure? Because I'm happy to try.
Right, you thought he was saying it because, like, don't worry, guy.
Yeah.
Don't worry, white guy.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to say that.
I go out of my way to bring up AJ Faji as Ajibola Fajimolo. That's
a great name.
It is a great name.
Were you guys there whenever I used Faji as my secret weapon at Culture Court?
No.
Because I was defending. It was big cities versus small towns, and I because I said that people said that small towns are racist, and then I was wearing like a full regalia with cowboy hat and everything, and I said I brought a friend here with me tonight that I wanted to come here to defend small towns, and giving it for my friend Ajibola Fajimola, and he walked up in full African garb, and everybody was like, "What the fuck is going on?" It was like, so there's pictures of me and AJ on stage together where we just look like the most insane. We look like we're literally wrestling opponents, like cutting a separate promo.
You're like YMCA. What's it called? Tryouts.
Yeah, the Village people.
Yeah.
It's funny that the Village People is such a funny group because it's all people, it's all occupation, and then it's like policeman, fireman, like whatever else, and then Native American, and it's like that's a job. Yeah, it's so fucking funny. It's just all these things where it's like, oh, these guys are, this guy works as a construction worker, and then this guy is just like a Native American. He's like, hey,
right?
How did he get put in
Right.
this?
He's like, what land do we have left?
Yeah, that's
like,
what I want to be.
That's kind of your.
That's what I want to be when I grow up.
Was he an actual Native American?
No, his name's probably like Bill.
Just like Latino guy?
Yeah.
They were like,
Yeah.
just put the headdress on.
It gets mixed up though in their blood.
I bought my ass off in front of a bunch of Native Americans recently.
You did
Really?
it.
Yeah, I did a show. I was hosting this show, but usually I'm headlining. No, I was headlining a show at a casino in Palm Springs, and then after the show, the guy who organized it, who like works for the casino, like pulled me aside and was like, "Hey man, would you want to come do us a favor, come back and host this show?" And it's a dude, this guy, he's a very cool guy, Tatanka Means. He was in Killers of the Flower Moon, but he's a comic, and they were like,
I'm watching that right now. What character is he?
not Killers of the Flower Moon. I'm sorry. No, wait. What's the killer? The
Yeah,
movie?
yeah.
I honestly have no idea. I haven't seen it. I just
okay.
know he's in it.
He said he's watching it right now
No.
because he's watching it as a TV show.
No, it's because
like every
I-
30
so
minutes.
long.
Well, it's because I was looking at Empire of the Summer Moon, and I was like, that was like, did I say the wrong thing?
Wow.
And I,
Great book.
so the guy was like, would you want to come back and host this? And I was like, he's like, I'll pay you way more than I paid you to head. And I was like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah. He's like, all of the heads of the like
Tribal
tribe
council.
council, all the owners of the casino, all of everybody is going to be there. And I was like, all right. I was like, I don't know. And then I immediately was like, yeah, that's the weirdest thing anyone's ever asked me to do. I have to do
Yeah,
that.
right.
Yeah.
Just for podcast.
And it was
I always think
literally
just
for fodder.
Same
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
And he was very cool. The dude who opened for him was solid, like enough, like nice dude. And it was I could not have bombed harder.
From a scale of like 1 to Joe Coy's Golden Globes.
One under, no, maybe two under, because there was every now and again, because I did go out and I was like, I was trying to think of how hard to hit it. Be like, and I literally did go out and be like, hey, it's good to be here. I'm your honorary white devil of the night, folks. And then
Did that get a laugh?
I got a big laugh. And then I got another laugh because I said, it's fucking packed in here. It's crazy. I didn't see any horse parking out front. And then I was like, I'm just going to go hard. And then that like did really good. And I
Yeah.
was like, all right. And then I was like, now I can go into my jokes. And then nothing was working. And I was like, well, fuck, now I can't go back to the Native American
Right,
roasting.
yeah.
I was
I've
like,
lost
I can't.
them.
And so I was like, had a 30, 45 seconds of like fucking, we're doing this thing.
What do you think
Yeah.
it was? They just hated.
No,
the-
I think that there's a lot of things in history, but there's I think literally we just have nothing in common.
Right.
And I was trying to be, do the whole thing,
I've
but it
had
was
those
fun. I had a
days.
good time. It was
Yeah.
just like, I was up there in front of like 300 all Native Americans.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is whatever. Like, who cares?
Did the other comics do really well? Or were they?
Yes,
just,
they.
did.
But it was. It was. They were very fun. There was certain parts that were very funny, but also there was some like, when you're at the powwow and a motherfucker be, I swear, and it was crushed. I mean, they were
Wow.
decimating, and it was cool to see. That's like I've never seen that genre of niche comedy, so I was
Right.
like, that's very fun and interesting.
Yeah.
But it was making me laugh very hard because I was
Yeah.
like, that's in my head. I was like, duh. I should.
Don't you hate when you have to host though, and then it's like you're coming back out again,
Oh yeah.
and then it's like it's me again, the guy
Yeah.
who's your least favorite, who
Yeah.
you want to see no
and then
more.
the
of.
guy, the guy gave me the light, and I was like, thank Christ. Went to bring up the feature, and the dude did, because he gave me the light, and then he did this, like motion, like travel in basketball. And in my head,
That's
I was
always
like,
confusing. Is
you know
it
what I'm saying?
stretch or is it wrap
because in my
up?
head I was like, thank God he wants me out of here. And I was like, all right, guys, we're gonna keep the show moving. And he was like, no,
Okay.
from the very back. And I was like, in just a minute. And that's like, and then I came off stage and I was like, what the fuck? He's like, oh, the feature was in the bathroom. And I was like, what? And I was like, why did you do? He's like, I was saying like, and I was like, no. I was like, whatever.
Can
man.
we
Like,
agree that stretch is pulling your hands
we
apart?
gotta
of course.
do that.
Alex Young in the belly room just did this with me, where he gave me the light, and then after a couple minutes, he turned it off, and I'm like, oh, it's like over, and then he's on the staircase going like this, and then I'm like, I'm like flying through the closer, and then I get off. He's like, oh, I was trying to tell you to stretch. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
stretch.
That happens to me.
Hey,
this
we're
happens to
stretching.
me so often doing that first spot in the original room that the light comes on and I'm like, there we go. And then like after a minute it goes off and I'm like, that ain't good. And then I
Yeah.
have to like go in my head, be like, well, what's an extension of this? Because there's been times I've had to do like 22 minutes in there. Like,
Yeah, I was
when
in the main room
Holy
and Steve
fuck.
put the light on, so I started wrapping up, and then he turned it off, and I'm like, and I know the comic's here.
Right.
Saw him in the green room, so I'm like, you're trying to get into Steve's head, who's like not the
Right.
smartest.
not the easiest guy to
'cause
understand.
He's like, and I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? And then while you're thinking all this, you're doing a joke.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so there's that, and then I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna bring the person up because
Yeah.
And then I asked him, he's like, yeah, I thought you saw it, so I turned it off.
I
And I'm
hate
like,
that. I hate that.
You can't.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it.
That's the weirdest thing while you're doing stand up where you have like so much other shit. Like a lot of times it's going really well and fun and like at most you're thinking about the next thing and like
Yes.
how am I going to get into that and also like look at this guy's fucking hat. Whatever.
Yeah.
But there are sometimes where you're like completely in a different space and you're still spitting out like a very
It
and
feels
even
like-
like getting laughs and like doing well, but in your head you're like, what the fuck was up with that light thing? Like that was
Yeah.
like I don't know. It's almost feels psychotic when you're separating what you're saying out loud into what's going on
I
in your
hate,
brain.
I hate
Like,
that feeling. I like try to jump back into the present.
Yeah.
Even when I'm thinking about the next joke, I'm like, do we know the next? Like, fucking be here.
Yeah.
Even the other night, whenever I was on stage, I saw in the hallway, whenever I was on stage in the original room, that Chappelle and Rock had got there, and I was like, oh, okay, they're going to want to
Go
come
up.
up. And then,
Oh yeah, you were trying to get Kelly to film because.
oh, that was, yeah, at the end, and then at the end of my set, I saw Kelly in the back of the room, and we had like locked eyes, and I just did one of these, like this thing, like that. And then we're fucking locked in.
Did she get it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
cool.
hers was, she cut it off at a certain point because she was like, I just didn't even think about it. Like,
Yeah.
After, but it was very funny.
Yeah,
and
because in
then
the video you can only see Chappelle. I didn't even know Rock was
Rock
there.
didn't come on stage until like 10
Later.
minutes.
Chappelle
later.
did a few minutes, and Rock sat in the crowd and kind of looked around like, "This is cool." Like, I forgot we can just do this.
Yeah.
Almost.
And then he I think he was like, "This is fun. I'm going to go up there." And then it
Yes.
immediately turned not fun. And he
Rock
was
was in the buckets a few days before that, and Emily was like, I was like, is he going up? Because I'm running the room. And she's like, I asked him and he said no. And I was like, you want me to ask again? Like, just see if. And she was like, if you want, you can go over there. Like, have a moment with him. And I go over there and I was like, you want to go up? And all he did was put his hand up and say no. But like the facial expression and the tone was like, I've never had one word cut deeper than it was like,
Yeah.
do not fucking talk to me. Like
Right.
the undertone was like, get the fuck out
Look
of my
away.
face. And
That's
do
funny.
not-
He's
Which,
always
like,
been very nice to me.
He was.
seems
I mean,
nice.
He's
I mean,
a nice
what he
guy.
did wasn't mean.
Yeah.
It
Right.
was just the way that like it presented was just like no, and I was just like yeah.
Yeah, I think we put a lot of weight in our minds too
'cause
on important people's actions.
And how much a person who has no idea who you are, the
Right.
interaction with them
Yeah.
matters where it doesn't at all.
You're like, well, I'm forever the guy that bothered him that one time.
He's going to see you in 10 years and be like, didn't you ask me to go up one too many times?
He goes up. He's like, no.
It's just like, he's like,
I remember bucket seats, second to the left.
well, one time this person got kicked out of a show in the belly room that at a Chappelle thing, and they were sitting in the balcony, but they left their phone. And after they got kicked out, Chris Rock walked in and sat there, and I was like, "Oh god damn it! I have to go up and be like, yo, dude, like, let me get the phone."
grab that phone.
And so I went up and I was like, hey, Chris, I was like, that's the person who got kicked out's phone, and he looked at me like, in a way like that, but then like immediately broke and was like, no, I'm fucking good. Dude, the funniest was years ago whenever I didn't work at the store.
I would fuck with people if I was that powerful.
Oh my God.
Sure.
If I was that famous, I would all the time be like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
And like weird shit.
Yeah.
But
I go like
Yeah, you guys will be the stuff you complain about Bobby Lee doing is stuff you'll both do when you're famous.
I'd go call 911 right now.
Because I'm about to murder.
yeah, it's literally like, call an ambulance, but not for me.
Yeah.
Years ago, before I even worked at the store, we were going to I was in the car with Justin Sherman, and who's a very funny comic, blah, blah, blah.
What happened to him?
What do you mean?
Never heard of him.
If you saw him,
okay?
you'd be like, oh, I know
Dysentery.
that guy is. He died of
Old
dysentery.
LA.
Yeah, this is from my vaudeville days where I was hanging out at Bordner's a lot.
He was at the Gary, Indiana Playhouse.
I was hanging out at Musso and Frank and Bordner's and, going down to the Ciro's and the Copacabana. But we were driving and we're like looking for parking, and Justin came like within like a foot of hitting just like in a person across, like almost hit this person in the crosswalk, and I was like stopping, and the windows were down. The dude turned around and it was Chris Rock, and he's like, and then Justin goes, he has a very deep voice. He goes, sorry, Chris. And he literally looks at him like, what the fuck? And then just keeps walking. And it was for years, I would laugh so hard every time I saw Chris Rock, because I was like, he has no idea that I was who I even am, but I know that I saw him almost get ran over by a car one time.
Oh, that's so great.
Sorry, Chris.
Sorry,
All right.
Chris.
That's it.
That's it, man. Anything you want to
I want to do. Let's do a 3-4 parter right now.
a 3 or 4 part?
Yeah. What other things we got? Let's spin that wheel one more
Let's
time.
spin that wheel one more time. No, dude, come to Joke Off on the 16th. You can follow me on Instagram, Bruce Gray, Gray. Watch my Don't Tell. Send me a bunch of money on Venmo. It's also Bruce Gray. Maybe $5,000-$10,000 would. Probably, I could quit comedy if I got $5,000 right now.
We're close, guys. We're close to hitting our mark.
It's like you see, it's like a fun. They're marking off how much they've raised on
thermometer.
on the fundraiser.
Bruce can finally quit.
No, just watch my Don't Tell. Share my stuff. I want to have a career.
Yeah,
but-
Bruce is great. Convince him to come to your town and perform. He's awesome.
And he'll do it. He's cheap.
Yeah, I'm very cheap. I came here today for what, $400?
Yeah. That's
You
it.
got paid in wampum for that one. All right, we'll cut that part out, I think.